There are some things in the world that you can do inclusively, like there's no issue with that. But when you start doing it on the front line, when you start doing it on things that are literally at the detriment of your whole country, then you're playing with fire. The biggest weakness in the US military is not the technology. It's not the money spent on the military. It's the manpower. People are what makes the military. People are what makes the police force. How many females they got in the special forces? Zero.
I feel like the biggest difference between Trump and all the other guys are Trump is a businessman. He's a businessman at heart, not a politician. The other guys are politicians. And a politician doesn't know how to run shit.
The problem with the US military recently in the last decade or two has been this whole inclusive thing, okay? There are some things in the world that you can do inclusively, like there's no issues with that, okay? But when you start doing it on the front line, when you start doing it on things that are literally at the detriment of your whole country, then you're playing with fire. And I think with America, and not just America, the Western countries as well, but America especially, they do it more than anyone. This inclusiveness into like the military, in special forces, they've even started that, like in Secret Service, police force. It's coming back to bite them, but they're not stopping now. Especially with the Democrats, they're going to continue with this, okay?
I mean, you look at the transsexual general in the US Army. It's literally like taking a piss for it at this point.
See, the problem is people think that's, like Democrats think that's cool, okay? Oh man, we got this, you know. We've got this many women in the military and we have this.
We're so progressive.
The problem is they don't understand how it affects men, okay? And me being a former police officer, I can tell you firsthand. When I'm on the beat and on night shift on Friday or Saturday night on like a brawler van, we call it back then, I don't want women police officers next to me because we're in fights all the time. And it's really tough out there, all right? And every time I had a woman, and this is factual, okay, this is my experience, the woman used to not get involved in the fights. I was by myself and the woman used to run away. How many times after I finished and handcuffed the person or the criminals, I'd see my partner like 100 meters away, run away, all right? It's not good for the men's confidence. And then all you want to do as a man is, you know what, why am I here for? Why am I here? I don't want to be here anymore. So you'll find that what they don't understand, the Democrats and other people, is this inclusivity thing. The real men will start to doubt why we're here. Why are we here when no one's got my back? It's dangerous, man. You don't seem to understand how dangerous the military and the paramilitary and you know those secret services. And this is a dangerous job.
It's a war zone.
I can't. This is not time for politics. We don't want politics when my life's at stake. Okay? So what you're going to find with the American military is you'll find that the real fighters are going to they'll start resigning. And then you're going to have second tier, third tier come in. That's where the US military is getting weaker. The biggest weakness in the US military is not the technology. It's not the money spent on the military. It's the manpower. People are what makes the military. People are what makes the police force. And that's why you see in the US the police force deteriorate. It's because the real police, why would I want to be a cop when the law's not with me, when my partner's not got my back, okay? And there's all politics in my station, where my police station is. I don't want to be there. I'm just going to resign and go some other job. Why am I going to put my life at danger when there's all this politics playing with my life? Why would I do that? That's what people don't understand. Unless you're in that position, you won't understand. I was in that position. It's horrendous. It's not a great feeling. I know people say, no, we want more. No. When I'm in the thick of things and it's dangerous, like your life's at danger, I want someone that's got my back. I feel confident. I don't want someone running away where I know I'm by myself. So every time I used to go out on night shift, in a dangerous shift, like a Friday, Saturday night, I had a female partner, I knew I was on my own. So if I was going to get into something really dangerous, I knew I had no one having my back. I knew it. So I was more extra dangerous. I knew that. So people don't understand that. I know it's controversial, but it's factual. I'm telling you from my own experience. And I know the military is the same. The US military now, I have no doubt, 100%, there's a lot of top-tier special forces guys that probably just left the military and said, you know what, I'm done with the politics. I'm in this with my whole life involved, and people are just playing politics here.
Because I was going to bring that up, where one of the biggest ways Kamala and Biden gets their vote is off that community of the LGBT.
They don't seem to understand how weak
Of
is the
that
US.
thing.
You know, people, like, countries like China and Russia and all that, they're going to be laughing. They're going to say, "You're going to put this military in front of me? Really? The Russian military. How many females they got in the special forces? 0. You think they're going to muck around? This is your whole country at stake, man. You put your best there. Regardless, if a female is the best, you put them there. That's fine. But you don't reduce the standards just for the sake of inclusivity. Because your whole country's at stake here. You've got people's lives at stake. You've got civilians, people that are relying on the military to protect them. You've got the police that people are relying on to protect them. How does a community and the country have confidence in a military and police where you know 100% that you haven't got the best people there? There are a lot of people put in there for political reasons. How do you have confidence they're going to have your back? They're going to protect you.
Like we had somebody on the podcast in the UK, and he served in the British Army. He said the same thing. He's like, I left that and went into private security.
Yeah.
It's like private security, the sort of those little
no politics.
mercenary kind of thing. He's like, everyone, it's a group of guys, pack of wolves get together. You know everybody. You got each other's backs,
Everyone's back.
and that's it. And you
When
get
your
paid
life's in
handsomely.
danger, you can't play politics,
Yeah.
man. This is my life, man, not yours. The politicians aren't going to die. Kamala Harris ain't going to die. It's me that's going to die. Why am I going to put my life at stake so they can play politics?
But, again, that's a big way of them getting voted. And you look at the new generation, which comes to the second topic, or another topic is the decision making, right? A lot of the new young voters and the younger people make votes on these sort of things. It's like, because Biden allows gays, I'm okay with the world going into shit and me, starving. I can't afford anything. As long as I could be gay and be trans and you accept me for that, I'm okay with the world, burning, right? So people are making decisions on literally the most silliest things. Emotional things that have like no benefit for the world, like at all. Like there is no benefit of all these things for the world, right? And they play with people's emotions to get the votes, right? Trump has made it clear he's against all these things. Biden loves it. Again, like I said, he's put a transsexual general in the military as a statement, and all God knows what else they're doing at that. And America's a very proud country, patriotic country, and their military, as you said, is going to be eaten up with all this inclusivity, right? And it's a joke at this point. And the funny thing is, Russia did a campaign to get more troops into their military for the war, and the video was making fun of America, because it's like, what would you rather be? Like a man in the battlefield, right? Or there's a makeup guy taking selfies and shit. It's literally a shot at America. Like, what would you rather be, right? And the military, like the Navy SEALs guys and all these military guys were actually watching their video and commentating. They're saying, yeah, this is 100% shot at America, because they even know what the military state in America is. It's literally just, let's have fun, right? For votes, for inclusivity. It's because politicians, again, a lot of people don't understand that. I feel like the biggest difference between Trump and all the other guys are, Trump is a businessman, right? He's a businessman at heart, not a politician. The other guys are politicians. And a politician doesn't know how to run shit, right? They're just there to get votes. They learn how to get votes. They play with people's emotions. There are videos of Trump back 10, 20, 30 years ago of him saying, stuff the gays, stuff this, stuff that. There are actual videos of him out there. But again, because he needed to get the votes to become president, yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, you could do whatever you want, right? And a lot of people don't sniff these out. Like, people just get played in the emotions and the politics. And I don't know, man, it's just ugly. It's just, people make, even in Australia, it's all around the world, man. Like in Australia, the only reason why we got this dumbass president and prime minister, inclusivity rubbish. NDIS, you could be gay, you could do this, you could do that. Like, none of that has benefit in Australia. Like, economic-wise, like, it's nothing. And now look at Australia. People are starving, man.
Again, it comes down to, let's just tax the greedy on the rich and the corporations and give it to the NDIS and the people who are disadvantaged. It's about playing with people's emotions. Because, again, Australia, there are more working class people in the world, clearly, than, people that are wealthy and corporations. So it's easy to get those votes if you just play that card. And that's what they do, the Labour Party and the Democrats. They play that card because they know there's a lot of votes there, and people are going to believe all the crap they say because it's actually not true, but they're saying it. So if you want to win elections, and you're right with politicians, Donald Trump is not a born politician, he's an entrepreneur, okay? And hence why, you saw the assassinations. He's not part of the establishment, and he's against the establishment. So clearly there's things behind the scene, and there's certain people that don't want him there because, again, normally politicians are politicians. They're not entrepreneurs. So it's clearly he's not from the establishment, hence why he's not wanted.
There's a political commentator in the US who said something last week I think was interesting. He's like, so far, we know what Trump's policy stance is on a lot of these issues, right? Employment through to military, through everything else. But Harris has not actually even sat down with the media or the public or anybody and actually outlined what her policies are. All her entire pitch is, don't vote for that guy. That's it. I'm just a bit alternative to him. So stuff him wherever he says. But no one's actually cared to ask her, well, if you are running the show, what will the life of the everyday American actually even look like? Because at least with him, we know what we're getting, what we're not getting. With you, we've got no idea. So,
but see, they're playing the fear game of, what if Donald Trump came?
Yeah.
And literally, it's going to be Armageddon for the minorities and be it the Hispanics, be it the black people and so forth and so forth. It's Armageddon for everyone other than the white supremacists. So they're playing that card, all right, and it's just fear mongering, and they're hoping that gets them across the line. So that's what they're playing on.